And now, let's talk about main topic number 4. And obviously, main topic number 4, I have to stress, is going to be touchy. There's going to be mask discussions ahead. So for those of you who are offended by that, I apologize. But I found this story really interesting. Now then, obviously the pandemic is getting worse. And there are a lot of reasons why it's getting worse. I think the main one, people are out doing things that they don't need to be doing, socializing in large groups, and not wearing masks. That's what I believe anyway. I also don't think people are putting a lot of distance between one another, but So I think the protests probably contributed to most of the spikes currently, but the fact of the matter is people still have to go to work. They still have to go to stores to get things. They can't just have everything delivered. Delivery adds 15 to 20% onto the order. Like, some people can't afford to do that forever. And, well, we have shown, even on this channel, some videos of people getting into employees' faces or other customers' faces because they don't want to wear a mask. Now, these videos have caused two things to happen. First of all, it creates a little bit of divide, I will admit. People who think you should wear the mask look at these videos and they see, particularly the Costco ones, I forgot to mention, we're talking about Costco videos, and they applaud the managers and the employees for basically kicking people out of their stores for not wearing a mask, and the people who don't want to wear masks get annoyed by those videos because they think that those customers are being harassed. So, I mean, it is what it is. I wish it wasn't this way. I guess it was. But here's what the videos do prove to the people who, are pro-mask and want to feel safe. They find that they feel much safer shopping at Costco and Trader Joe's, because in both these companies' cases, it has been shown publicly that, if you break the rules, if you harass people, you will be thrown out of their stores for not following the mask rule. And a lot of people just love it. It's like, I want to feel safe going to a store. That's where I'm going to go. And in fact, it has made such a difference. I saw this and I said at one point other retailers are going to have to mimic Costco and Trader Joe's, because Costco and Trader Joe's have made a commitment to keep their customers safe. Whether you think it's not wearing a mask is a threat or not is really besides the point. The bottom line is they've made a rule, they're enforcing the rule, and they don't care if you see that they're enforcing the rule. If you, say, cancel my membership because I don't want to shop somewhere where I have to wear a mask, Costco will take that card, they will cut it up, and they will say, go home. Oh, and by the way, one of those videos that we showed where the guy was thought he was hot stuff, once the guy took away his cart, he's like, wait, no, I'm sorry, I'll put the mask back on. And he's like, no, your service business is no longer welcome here. That's what happens. And they have received glowing praise for how they've handled it. And now Walmart of all, is actually hiring what they call health ambassadors, which, that's an interesting way to word it, but I knew this was coming. So let's look at this article, and this video has been starting and closing all the time. So if you start hearing a noise, I'm sorry about that. But Walmart is adding health ambassadors to the front of select stores nationwide to remind customers of state and local coronavirus. See, this is what I hate these sites that are where they really force the video on you. But anyway, the nation's largest retailer currently requires associates but not customers to wear masks. Louisiana joined more than 20 other states Saturday in requiring residents to wear a face mask in public. As they state, our COVID-19 protocols have continued to adapt during the pandemic in response to evolving research and mandates spanning the country, a spokesperson for Walmart told Fox Business. Additional safety changes took effect July 9th to expand our efforts in reminding customers of the importance and necessity of wearing face coverings in our stores. In a press filing briefing on Friday, Albany County Executive Dan McCoy expressed his frustration at Walmart for a lack of enforcement of the mask policy during a recent visit to a local Walmart. He also questioned why America's largest retailer didn't implement the health ambassadors sooner. Well, let me tell you why they didn't implement it sooner. Because the one thing you do not want to fear, you don't want to feel this, is that you will lose a lot of business because you don't want to wear a mask. Now, of course, I'm speaking personal opinion, of course. People in the chat have been disagreeing with me on this for a while. That's fine. I mean, I wish they didn't disagree, but whatever. I feel that more people are okay with wearing the mask than people who aren't. I do. I think there's more people with common sense out there than there are without common sense. That said, people who lack common sense still make up a pretty good majority of Americans. And this is true. You all know there are people who do not have common sense. And so if they are that outspoken about not shopping at you, at your establishment, if you require them to wear a mask, they won't do it. And so the fear of losing that business is what has delayed this ambassador program. But what's turning around is this, because Trader Joe's and Costco have gotten much more popular. Because here's the thing, the people who want to wear the masks and keep one another safe and keep themselves safe are far greater than the people who have that attitude of, well, we're all going to get it anyway, so who cares? Never mind that, it's only going to wipe off like 1% of the world, which that 1% of the world population is very big, so I don't know why you're okay with that. So that's what delayed this implementation. But what's causing Walmart to roll it out is because of the rising sales at Costco and Trader Joe's. Now, it should be noted that it was stated in this article that it was at select locations only right now. And the reasons at select locations is because they want to test it out and they want to see exactly how they can implement it and if they even lose any sales. And once they see that they are not losing sales, but in fact people are feeling more safe going there, then I think this will expand nationwide. Now then, McCoy continued, they've been open for the whole 18 weeks. You have closed mom and pop businesses that could have stayed open through this whole crisis and could have done the right thing and weren't allowed to because what? They weren't smart enough? They weren't healthy enough? But the fact that we're still talking about Walmart and Target and Sam's Club and it's 18 weeks into it and now they're going to do this? Where were they 18 weeks ago? Making profits when the little stores, the backbone of our community, were struggling. Now, here's the thing. I don't know what that has to do with anything, to be perfectly honest. I know it's not fair, but Walmart, Target, and Sam's Club, their concern is not the small businesses. It's a shame that the small businesses are not equipped to help to stay open during a pandemic. That is a real shame, and we need to do something to help those businesses. They got a raw deal in all of this. Some major companies also got a raw deal. Like, for example, GameStop. You still can't go into a GameStop store. It's too small. There's no way to social distance in there. You just can't. Now, McCoy gave the company a sarcastic thumbs up for doing the right thing. He said, I just find it ironic. I can't even comment anymore on it when they bring it up because it's not even laughable. The fact that, they're going to do all this stuff 18 weeks later, thanks, Walmart. Thanks for rolling up your sleeves and doing the right thing. Now, I agree with his frustration. Again, though, people who don't want to wear masks, yeah, it's like maybe 10%, 15% at tops of the nation. It really isn't as many as people want to think there are. But that 10 to 15% is still a lot of money on the table, and they didn't want to scare those customers off. But there's two reasons why they're doing it now, though. First of all, again, they're seeing the fruits of the labor of Costco and Trader Joe's. But here's the other reason. It's because, frankly, people aren't being very smart about this. Oh, let me scroll up a little bit. Like, here's from the Pirates and Princesses blog. Disney YouTubers admit to being super sick while roaming Walt Disney World. Now, this one's kind of terrifying, actually. Because here's the thing. Disney World, for those of you who are not aware, has reopened. Now, it's funny because Hong Kong Disney, I believe, is shutting down again because they have 56 new cases, while Disney World is reopening with 156 new cases, or 15,000 new cases, something like that. Not going to say whether that's right or wrong, just pointing out the numbers. So, but Disney is doing what they can to be super safe. They are taking temperatures. They are asking if you have any symptoms. They're telling you to stay home. But here's the thing. And they're sanitizing everything, all that jazz. But even Disney is not able to control people who want to do stupid things. Like I said, there's people without common sense. And look, considering we're in a pandemic, I don't care what you think your condition is. If you're feeling sick of any kind, stay the heck home. Just stay home. You don't need to go to Disney World. But this is concerning. So, despite Walt Disney World's best efforts to keep guests safe during the pandemic, some Disney vloggers are admitting on camera that they're roaming the parks while ill. The vloggers from the channel That Crazy Disney Lady live streamed from Magic Kingdom on opening day and complained on air about being super sick. The video currently has significantly more downvotes than upvotes on YouTube. For the record, I did check out this video, and she has since disabled the thumbs up and thumbs down as well as the comments. So there you go. And has made no apology for going to Disney World while sick. Now here's what's scary. What's worse is that Disney knew full well they were ill as the vloggers went to the first aid station complaining of flu-like symptoms and vomiting. A Disney nurse reportedly asked them to go to the hospital, but Disney did not ask them to leave the park. How do you think that looks on Disney? If you want to, hey, I feel safe, I want to go to Disneyland, you should have the right to go to Disneyland or Disney World in this case, if you are following all the rules. And now you find out that Disney is letting people with flu-like symptoms into the park, and they admit it, and they won't, like this is why Wal-Mart is starting to go in this direction. Because clearly you need a health ambassador. Now really, it's a bouncer, let's face it, these are all bouncers. But you have people like this who just won't play the rules. So let's see. So this is just crazy. By the way, this is also what Disney World looked like. In you can see the social distancing going on, right? And by the way, the cast members who took photos of these crowds and a long line at the Seven Dwarfs minecart ride where people weren't social distancing, they got fired by Disney. Now, admittingly, as someone who's worked at Disney, I do know that as a cast member, you're not supposed to take pictures of the guests. You're not supposed to be sharing this information, but they're just pointing out how things are not being safe. I mean, just look at this. Just look at this. This is why the pandemic's just going to get worse and worse. Like, I keep wondering in my head, like, what number do you have to get to before people realize how serious this is? So, and anyway, I think I laugh a little bit at the health ambassador program at Walmart. The reality is it's just going to be something that's needed. Costco and Trader Joe's have proven that, people will shop there and they will not hurt your sales if you enforce the mask rules. And as Disney's pointed out, people will sneak in even if they have flu-like symptoms because they just want to go to the park. At some point, the companies are just going to have to take safety more seriously because here's the thing. Yeah, you want to open the economy. I understand that. But you have to do it smartly because if you just open it willy-nilly and you don't enforce any rules and you don't tell people you can't come in unless you're doing this, and hey, if you're feeling like this, you need to go home right now and you're not being let in. Unless you start doing that, it's not going to get any better. But I'm going to end on that one. I know my viewers have a lot to say about this one. So, I would love to know what you think, though. And remember, be nice to everyone. We all have different opinions on this. But what do you think of Walmart basically having a mask bouncer in all of this? And do you think other companies are going to follow suit? I'd love to know. Comment below. Like, favorite, share, subscribe. And as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.